Hello, how's it going? Review time. So today we're going to be reviewing the new 4K of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the 40th anniversary edition, put out by Warner Brothers. Obviously, there's an standard release for this as well, which is out Monday. It comes with the Blu-ray. I haven't really looked at the Blu-ray much, and it doesn't tell you much about the specs of that on the J card. I do need to pop that in and take a look, etc. I assume it's going to be pretty much the same. The new transfer on a Blu-ray disc, so like the new 4K scan but put on a Blu-ray disc. I assume the unrated cut will be there because I can confirm on the 4K UHD it does actually have the standard version and the unrated, both clocking at the same time as well, from what I gather from the information. Before I get into things about this, yeah, stunning release. Did a big unboxing on it yesterday. I did miss a couple of bits on the unboxing, as a couple of people have told me in the comments. Yes, I did forget to turn around the art cards, which have, I'll show you momentarily. I did forget to show the back of the art cards, and another thing as well, I did forget to pop the Blu-ray disc and show you guys the rest of the picture in the background of the inside of the steelbook, which I will do on this video. There's not much to see really, but you know, just for anybody who wants to see it or who hasn't picked up the release themselves, I'll show it, if you're on the fence about picking it up or whatever. Before I get into why this film means a lot to me and why it's such a great horror film and one of the best and the greatest of all time, I just want to talk about the transfer. So I'm going to cover the transfer first. I popped it into the my PlayStation 5 last night. Maybe I should have used my 4K player, but I decided to use the PS5 on an OLED TV, 50-inch, and in my honest opinion, it looked pretty fantastic. It was sharp, it was clear, it was crisp. To my eyes, I thought it looked great. Really good transfer. The film's never looked better, of course. I know that gets said a lot on these kind of videos, and even I say it a lot, but yeah, it really was pretty. I'm not going to go to the extent of saying, oh my God, it was stunning. It's quite a dark film anyway, with a lot of it being shot at night and stuff, but it had some great clarity to it, especially even the nighttime scenes. The day scenes, as usual on 4K, the day scenes here even just looked, you couldn't ask for much more. They just looked very stellar. Very sharp again, everything looking very nice. I'm not exactly, I do love 4Ks and I do like the better transfers and stuff and picture quality. I'm not quite an aficionado of it, so do bear with me. I just go off my eyes, and if I think it's a good one, I'm happy with it, and I'm very happy with this transfer. I'm sure there'll be some people who moan, there'll be some people who love it like I do, who thought it was really good, and there'll also be some people who probably pick fault at it, because they do with everything. But I'm gonna go out on a whim here. I don't know if some of you are gonna like this, but if you do have a problem with this 4K transfer, it's you, not the transfer. It's a good transfer. It looks really nice. Like I say, I don't know all the ins and outs of 4K transfers. Possibility it could have looked better, I don't know, but to me it looks the best it can look. And again, if you have a problem with it, I think it's you, not the edition or the transfer on the disc. Looked really good. Simply, just look good. A damn good transfer. Very sharp, very clear, good to look at, striking visuals. One of the scenes that stood out in particular is looking really quite top tier to me was some of the scenes when he's sort of like hunting down Tina at night in the first sort of 20 minutes of the film, especially when he does the, where he's in the alleyway and he's scratching on the garage doors, and he's got the long arms sort of emerging from his torso. He's got the long arms coming out and he's waving them around. That scene looked great, and that was a dark scene as well. Sometimes these 4Ks, they look a lot better in daylight. The daylight scenes tend to look a lot better. Yeah, I enjoyed the transfer. Watching the film in this format was, yeah, quite the experience. Really enjoyed it. I'm just going to pop this down for a second. We'll have another little look at it as well. Nightmare on Elm Street, it's such a good idea. Wes Craven come up with the idea. From what I gather, what I've read about the film and stuff a while ago, Wes Craven basically was reading articles about people dying in their sleep, and poof, there you go, light bulb in his head, and then the idea of Freddy Krueger and a sleep demon and Nightmare on Elm Street was born just from him reading those articles. And it's such a good film. Follows a group of teens. They are being haunted in their dreams by a strange man in a red and green striped sweater, wearing a fedora, with a glove with knives attached to the fingertips. Basically, there's a story behind why he's haunting them in their dreams. Is it real? Is it is it real or isn't it? Turns out it is real, and he can kill them in their sleep. However, once they wake up and they're out of the dream for that period of time, temporarily until they next go into the nightmare, they are safe. So yeah, that's the premise basically. You know, they're trying to overcome this man who's appearing in their sleep, and he's Freddy Krueger, and he's got a bone to pick with the kids of Elm Street and the parents as such. So there's that. And yeah, it's such a good performance from Robert Englund. You know, he does a fantastic job. Can't imagine anybody else ever doing this. It's just his role. Like, he's just so good in it. So many good lines as well. Some of my favourite scenes in particular in the film, you know, again, I love the stuff that he does at the, you know, the first kind of 25 minutes, like where he's like taunting Tina in her dreams, and the kill is just fantastic. Looked really good in 4K as well, you know, when she's been basically she's being dragged around the room. You see in the dream, he's obviously like carving her up, but then you see what it looks like in real time, and she's asleep being dragged up the wall, and there's blood everywhere. You know, it's just soaked in blood. And watching it again, because I've not seen it for like 4 years, I thought, yeah, that's quite a gory scene actually. It does kind of warrant its 18 certificate, although I've read and heard, and I did even put an article on the Skin Crawlers website that apparently it's been declassified at some point. I thought it'd be for this release, but as you can see, no, it's still got the 18. So I heard it's been declassified to a 15, you know, and it's as it is, but maybe because I watched the unrated cut, that maybe there's a bit more blood in there. I don't know what's added to the unrated cuts. Maybe someone could tell me, because I haven't researched it yet. Same time frame limit as the you know, the regular cut as well. But that scene looked particularly bloody. You know, when Tina's body's there, when Nancy goes in, and Glenn is it, and she just looked absolutely saturated in blood. I don't think I've seen it that gory before, but it did, very bloody. And the 4K highlighted that as well. You know, so many good scenes as well. You got the telephone scene later on, like Nancy where she's on the telephone and Freddy's tongue sticks out of the phone and tries to lick her. That's a great scene as well. Johnny Depp's character when he's killed as well, fantastic scene. I'm sure most of the fans know this. You know, he's trying to stay awake, anything he can to you know, prevent falling asleep, and he's sat there with the portable TV on the bed, and he's just relaxing. And then of course obviously he gets sucked into the bed. Freddy does his thing because he's asleep, but you see it in real time, in reality, and he's sucked into the bed. And then of course all that blood just pours from the bed and just gushes up and just absolutely saturates the walls and the ceiling of the bedroom. Awesome kill. Yeah, full of good kills, good performances. You got John Saxon in there as well, playing Nancy's dad, the police chief, you know, like the captain or whatever, the sergeant, you know, Mr. Thompson. Good to see John Saxon in there. He's actually top billed as well. When the credits come up, as I noticed last night, like, he's actually top billed on the well, as far as the first, he's the first credit that comes up for the actors and actresses. Yeah, all I can say is, like, if you've never seen A Nightmare on Elm Street, it's a bona fide classic, and you just gotta go out and see it. This is a very special release. I think it's an awesome release. It's, you know, it's not going anymore. Like, it's out of print as of now, so you're gonna have to pay scalper prices, unfortunately. But if you can find it for, say, £20 more than what it was being sold at retail, and you're a fan of the film and you can do it financially, I would say pick it up, like, because it's only going to go up in price, you know, for the brand new editions that the scalpers have. So if you see it for just £20 more than what it was selling at retail, and you can do that financially, pick it up, because this is a lovely release, and it could rival a boutique aesthetically, a boutique label aesthetically. This release is so nice. Not feature wise, there's some good features. I think a lot of them are ported over, to be fair, from previous releases. So as far as special features, extras go, no, it doesn't rival a boutique label. But packaging, transfer, you know, disc, it does. I mean, look at this. You got a nice thick set, resembles an Arrow edition or a Second Sight edition. That's grew on me, that artwork, that vintage sort of look with the Warner Home Video logo there and stuff, and the little horror icon there as well. It's really grew on me, that packaging. I'll just give you guys another quick look at the edition before I finish up on the video. I'll talk a little bit more about the film as well. Just a quick review, nothing like official, or, you know, it's just casual, just me, my thoughts. I just wanted to get a few thoughts out there and do a follow-up. I would recommend this release. If you can't get this release, just pick up the £20 disc. Like, it's a great transfer. It looks really good. Like I say, I think if anyone has a problem with it, it's them. Like, to be honest with you, and that's not me being off or anything or trying to be a dick. I'm genuinely saying, if you've got a problem with this transfer, I think it's you. Like, it's not, I'm not even being horrible. I'm genuinely saying it is really good. I thought that's a steelbook anyway, pretty nice. that image on the back, I quite like it. A little bit plain. It's when Freddy presses it against the wall, when he's kind of like scouting Nancy, you know, scaling the walls, and she's asleep and he's over and he kind of presses into the wall, and you see like sort of the outline of him. This would have looked nice if they sort of had this perhaps a little bit higher up and then had a nice picture like with Nancy asleep in her bed, and then this above it as it's shown in the film, but perhaps like an animated version or a drawn version or something. That would have looked a bit better. Anyway, there's the steelbook. Because I didn't on the unboxing, I'll take the discs out and show you guys the inside. That's your own 4K disc, very nice red. It does look good. Here's your Blu-ray disc. I just got to pop that, which will just take a sec because it's kind of, you know, it's housed very well. Put it that way, housed really well. The Blu-ray one's quite hard to get out. This is why I didn't do it on the unboxing, because I like to do my unboxings like, I do like to try and do them as professionally as I can, but this disc, to get the, you know, I just wanted to get the unboxing done. It was already nearly 15 minutes long. I mean, but as you can see, it's quite awkward getting this out. This is the Blu-ray there, so I will take it out and show you guys who inquired about the, yeah, I did it quite easily there. There's the Blu-ray. Looks a bit like this. I assume it's got the standard on it. I haven't popped the sorry, the unrated version and the new transfer. I haven't popped it in the player, and a lot of people have said this to me, and I actually have found the same thing. It's actually quite hard to gather the information online from Warner Brothers about this Blu-ray that comes with it. I hope it's not just a Blu-ray that's been put in the disc, you know, with the new 4K and that, and it hasn't got the unrated cut or the new transfer. I'm not sure. I assume it will have. Okay, here we go, guys. This is what you wanted to see, if you, a couple of you. That's what it looks like, literally. It's quite hard to see because of the glare. It's just the rest of the boiler room. Can you sort of see it there? I've shown that bit. It's nothing really to see, really. It's quite blank. It's just part of the boiler room. The picture just, you know, goes across. Just get the discs back in, and I'll show you some other stuff. Yeah, and comes with this like great pack as well. Love the red on that. The red tint looks so nice. So another thing I was asked about is, if you want to see everything in the set, just check out my unboxing. Pretty much, I did miss a couple of things like the inside behind the Blu-ray, which I've just shown on this video if anyone cares much. Here's an art card. There's one with Nancy on it, and that's what the back looks like. It's got Freddy's gloves. So it does look quite nice, but you know, you're not missing much. I just forgot to show these on the unboxing video. That's all, you know. But yeah, get this release. I mean, even the standard, like, it's just such a, this has been like going off topic a little bit off of Nightmare on Elm Street, but like, it's such a like phenomenal year for physical media, like especially this Halloween season. Like, what have we already had? Like, we've had this Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary release. We've had Night of the Living Dead on 4K in the UK, already got released in the USA last year. There's been so many like good ones. We had the Hitcher box set last week, you know, the limited edition Hitcher from Second Sight. Blair Witch Project's getting a limited edition release on Blu-ray. I assume they're not doing too many 4Ks of found footage movies because it's probably, you know, by default, there's no point really. It's a found footage movie. It's probably not, it's going to look great on Blu-ray, but it's not going to look much better in 4K because it's found footage. So I assume that's why the Blair Witch never got a 4K, just because it was shot a certain way, you know, on a low budget, and a Blu-ray will suffice and look good enough. So I can't wait. It's one of my favourite films, so I can't wait to get that released as well. That's a biggie for me as well. You know, and there's more stuff that's come out. You know, there's loads of things. Trick or Treat's getting a 4K from Arrow, which I can't wait for. Can't wait to see that in 4K. Later on today, I'm actually receiving from Umbrella Entertainment. I've got my Hell House box set coming. I've seen all those films multiple times on Shudder, and I love them and think they're some of the best modern horror found footage out there. I'll vouch for those films. I think they're great. The third one's not quite, is the weakest in the series with Hell House, but I'll be doing an unboxing of that later, and I'll talk about the films a bit as well, because that series I do find really interesting. Anyway, back to Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, just showing this release off again. Don't mean to be too flash or anything, but it's so nice, you know. Try and get yourself a copy if you haven't. Still keeping this, you know, the flimsy kind of set with all films in. I won't be watching the first film in this set ever again, but the other films in the franchise haven't been given a release date yet, and I don't know if even the transfers or scans are sorted for the 4K, so I'll wait to see what happens with the Nightmare sequels. So I will be holding onto this set because it has all the sequels up to New Nightmare in there. I'd love to get a New Nightmare on 4K. I think that's a clever little film. well, I say little, it's a pretty big film, but I think it's a good one from Wes Craven. Again, he's, you know, he's trying to, like, you know, reinvigorate the genre like he did, you know, like with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Then New Nightmare's got a very sort of interesting concept, and then of course along came Scream in 1996, where he tried to again reinvigorate the horror genre. So Wes Craven, an absolute master of horror. Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary edition. I'm happy to have it. This is a great piece for my collection. I recommend it to you guys. And if you only get the standard, you're saving yourself loads of money if you're not bothered about supplements and boxes. And you can probably get and it comes with a slip anyway, although I'm not too keen on the standard artwork they use. They could have perhaps even put this on it or something. But at the end of the day, like, there'll be more editions of this. Like, you watch, like, this first Nightmare on Elm Street film, there'll be, like, more steel books, different, you know, renditions. We might even get a boutique label release of it in a few years. You never know, but for now, this is the best edition out there, I think, and I'm happy to have it. That's my quick thoughts on The Nightmare on Elm Street, the 40th anniversary. Yep, one of the greatest horror films ever made. It's hit 4K. I've watched it. I'm happy to have it. The transfer looks stunning, in my opinion. Really good, like, great. You know, I can't say enough good things about the transfer. It's not the best 4K I've ever seen at all. No, it's not, like, granted, but it's a really good 4K, and you can't ask for much more. They've done a good job. A very good job. I just wish, like, when they do these editions, although it being numbered and there is about like 27,000 of them, I just wish they wouldn't, like, limit them so much, because they know people want this. Like, why limit it? Like, why do that? Why not just make it a collector's edition? Why does it have to be a limited edition? Just make it a collector's edition. They're losing money, like, literally. So say they made 27,000 of these, roughly. If they made double that to, like, about 60,000 or 58,000 or whatever, they're going to sell all those. If they did 90,000 over time, they're going to sell all those, because people want this nice edition of A Nightmare on Elm Street. They're depriving the fans of having this edition, or certain fans who didn't jump on it immediately. They're depriving them, people who want the edition, who can't get hold of it apart from scalpers, and they're not willing to pay the money, and I don't blame them. Like, they're depriving fans of having this nice edition, and they're losing themselves money, because people will buy it. So why make it so limited? Make it limited somewhat, but make sure it's, like, around for a year or two. You know, I don't quite get that. But anyway, that's just some thoughts. Doing the Hell House box set later on. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. And yeah, enjoy plenty of scary films for Halloween season. Goodbye.